Welcome back. We are in the midst of March Madness for college basketball, and in a few days, college hockey joins the fun. Those are the hot topics on today's edition of Water Cooler Talk, and anchoring our conversation from West Fargo is our own Greg Enkers and Jody Norstedt. Guys, take it away.
Thanks, Kelly. We get to play the experts today, Greg.
Use that term loosely,
Yeah,
please.
the man that writes Greg's best guess, which turned into Greg's best
You can
mess.
say it. You can say it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Let's chat about the big dance. The Sweet 16 begins tomorrow, and only 2 1 seeds are left, 2 2 seeds are left, 2 3 seeds are left. Obviously, the big upset was Virginia losing to UMBC in the first.
We all saw that coming.
Yeah, exactly. No one thought that one was coming. 1 versus 16 upset, first time ever. But this whole tournament has destroyed brackets unlike any other year. But on the flip side, Greg, even those people that thought, well, I better tear up my bracket, they still have a chance, right?
Yeah, I've been breaking things down in the pool that I'm in, and there's still a decent shot of pulling out the ultimate W as long as the champion stays in it. Now, if you had Virginia, if you had Arizona winning it all, yeah, maybe time to tear it up a little bit. But if you're still alive on the right side or somewhere else, you still have some hope.
Yeah, well, the South has been the wild region. Kansas State and Kentucky play in one region semifinal, while 11 seed Loyola Chicago goes against 7 seed Nevada playing in the other. What's going to happen here?
Well, you have to like the Cinderella run that I think Loyola has been on, and I think that they're the hot hand going into this round. Nevada's a very capable team, as they've shown with some of their comeback victories, so that's a dicey matchup. I like Loyola, though, at the slight edge there, and I think you may have them going on to the Elite Eight, so we'll stay true there as well. As far as the top half of the bracket, it's going to go to the Wildcats. I'll tell you that much. It's Kansas State and Kentucky, and Kentucky's got the edge, I think, going into that matchup.
Yeah, I give Greg a lot of credit for that Loyola Chicago pick. Got them going to the Elite Eight, where losing to Virginia, which obviously that part isn't going to happen. To the West, Gonzaga and Michigan are the favorites to reach the Elite Eight. Do you think it happens?
I sure hope it does, because this is what my bracket is hinging on right now for the championship, if you will. I've got Gonzaga and Michigan going to the Elite Eight. I still like them. Michigan, of course, hanging on by a thread against Houston in the last round to get there, but still like the way that they're playing. They're going up against a tough Texas A&M team on the inside that can match up very well with Michigan's big. So look for that to be the key there, but I still like the Wolverines in that matchup, and I still think Gonzaga may be a little bit of an underrated team. I like what Florida State did to get to the Sweet 16, but I do like the Zags to advance and play Michigan.
I'm with you on that. The East, probably the cleanest of them all, was seeds 1 through 3, and then the 5 seed West Virginia making it. Which team has looked the strongest to you in this region? Probably Villanova, the number 1?
Villanova's looked the strongest, but if you want to sound the upset alert alarm, it's going to be this West Virginia team. I think they have the offense that's capable of going toe-to-toe with Villanova, so I expect this to be the most difficult matchup for Villanova going to the Final Four. Whether it's Purdue or Texas Tech, I still like Nova to take down those teams.
How about the Midwest? Syracuse pulled that big upset over Michigan State, pulled the stunner. Do you think, can they beat Duke?
No, I don't think they can. They lost to Duke by 16 in the regular season, and it's that patented 2-3 zone defense of Syracuse that gives so many teams fits. But Duke has seen them before. They play in the same conference, so that's not going to be a surprise to the Blue Devils. So I think Duke gets a free pass into the Elite Eight here. And then it's Kansas going up against Clemson. I still like the way Kansas is playing right there as well. I expect it to be Kansas and Duke going for the Final Four bid.
All right, we'll revisit that next week. Let's talk about the college hockey tournament. We're big hockey guys.
Yeah.
Breaking news. St. Cloud State, my alma mater, earns the number 1 overall seed and will play in the Sioux Falls Regional against Air Force. Mankato and Duluth also going to be there. No North Dakota, no Minnesota, no Boston College. Is that good news or bad news for college hockey?
How about that? It's interesting. There's no question about that. It feels so weird to not have all 3 of those teams not make it and not be in this tournament. Is it good? Yeah, in some ways it probably is, because we're probably going to see a team that's maybe we're not accustomed to seeing, being a powerhouse that could run the table and kind of emerge, put themselves on the map. So I think there is some advantages there, but some of the firepower, maybe the television ratings might take a dip a bit. But that's yet to be seen.
Yeah, that's kind of my big concern. Empty stands at some of these regionals. When you knew UND and Sioux Falls, that was going to be a slam dunk, but that's going to be interesting. What's your gut telling you? Who's going to make the Frozen Four?
Well, I do like St. Cloud State coming out of the Sioux Falls Regional, and that is, I think, the most difficult region out of the 4 with Minnesota State, Minnesota Duluth, and don't sleep on Air Force, because we've seen those 4 seeds. They have the capability of upsetting 1 seeds, and in hockey, anything can happen, right?
Yeah.
But I think St. Cloud State has the resume together. They are a more balanced team, and I think that they will get the job done. In the Midwest, I do like Denver coming out of there. I think St. Cloud State and Denver are still the top 2 teams in the tournament, and so I think St. Cloud and Denver will meet in the Frozen Four in St. Paul. In the other brackets, in the Northeast, I actually like Northeastern out of the Northeast. I think that they're a team that's going to surprise some people. I'm not as big on Cornell or Boston U this year, so I think Northeastern has a chance to make a run. They're kind of my Cinderella pick, if you will. And then I think Notre Dame out of the other region. I think the Fighting Irish have been strong all season long. I expect them to show up and play, and so I think they punch the 4th ticket.
I'm with you on St. Cloud State, Northeastern, Notre Dame. I'm going Princeton.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's always.
Why not?
College hockey is just a weird tournament. You think the NCAA tournament was madness this year for basketball? That's every year in college hockey.
You bet.
Kelly, that's a wrap for Water Cooler Talk. For Greg, I'm Jody. We'll send it back to you.
All right, great stuff, guys. That was awesome. I love March Madness, but yes, for basketball and hockey, it is phenomenal. Anywho, when we come back, Elena Lansing gets us up to speed on the sights and sounds from the Sanford Pentagon and the Division II Elite 8 going on this week. Stay right here.